I wanted to start by taking a look at how your inner world really shapes everything that you experience. And your thoughts, your emotions, everything that you experience, whether it's something, just a fleeting thought or a fleeting experience, they're all energetic patterns that ripple through your body, that affect every cell of your body, that influence your health, your energy, your even your perception of reality. And if you think about it, I mean, we've all heard this example before, but we'll do it again just to really prove the point. If you close your eyes for a moment, and we can do this now, if you close your eyes and imagine holding a lemon in your hand, and imagine sniffing that lemon and smelling that fresh lemony scent, and then getting a knife and imagine cutting into the lemon, cutting a wedge out of the lemon, seeing the juices drip out of it, and then bringing that wedge to your mouth and biting into it, and just feeling that sourness on your tongue and allowing yourself to savor that bitterness. And you'll notice, even my mouth is watering, and I do this, your mouth begins to water. You begin to salivate, thinking about biting into a lemon. So you're not actually biting into a lemon, but your body is preparing for it as if it's happening. It's reacting to you imagining biting into that lemon. Your salivatory glands are activated, you're salivating, and you have a physical response just by thinking about biting into a lemon. So it's not just your mouth that's watering. Every single cell in your body is reacting to that experience. Every cell is reacting to that thought of biting into that lemon. And there's a reaction that occurs throughout your body. So every thought that you have, every thought that you repeat, every emotion that you habitually carry, it creates a kind of an imprint that goes throughout your body. It imprints your nervous system, it imprints your energy field. And then over time, these imprints can show up as tension or fatigue or stagnant energy that gets stuck, and it can even lead to physical discomfort or physical sensations. So the important thing to note is that these patterns, even though that they can show up in your field and your physical body, they're not fixed. They can change in an instant. They're signals and they're invitations from your body and your mind, and they're guiding you to notice, to release, to realign. So every thought that you feed yourself, every emotion, every experience that you have, even your environment that you're in, everything that you experience has an effect on every cell, every particle of your being. And when you become aware of this, just like the lemon analogy, when you imagine biting into that lemon, your body prepares for it. In the same way, everything you consume has an effect on your body. Everything you eat, whether it's something healthy and nutritious or something sugary and unhealthy, your body is reacting to that. Not even when you put it in your mouth, but from the moment you make a decision to choose that thing to eat. The moment you make a decision to walk outside in the fresh air and take a walk in nature, your body is already reacting to that. The moment you make a decision to sit and meditate, your body is already calming and preparing for that. So healing begins with awareness. And it's really just having that awareness that it's not just a case of going about your day, thinking thoughts, thinking emotions, and then spending 5 minutes at the end of the day, maybe doing some meditation. It's having awareness throughout the day, noticing without any judgment, without being hard on yourself, because that just creates more ill feeling, but seeing the thoughts that run through your mind, being aware of the emotions that arise and mainly the predominant emotions, being aware of the sensations in your body, being aware of the conversations you have, the people you're around, the environments that you're in, being aware of how you are being on a moment to moment basis. And of course, that awareness can be maintained, but you can get to a state where you have a predominant frequency of well-being, and that's what we're doing, that's what we're about, that's what we'll be learning to do, so that you remain aware but you also maintain that predominant frequency of well-being. So when you begin to come aware, you begin to create space. You create space for choice. You can choose. You create space for change. And by simply noticing how you're being, what you are doing, what you are experiencing, what's happening inside, and then making a conscious choice to respond differently or to choose differently, that gives you back all of your power. So, awareness is the first step, and that in itself is powerful. So, we'll take a moment to become aware. We'll just reflect for a moment and just observe yourself. You can close your eyes if you want, but you can do this with your eyes open as well. And I'd even encourage you to do it with your eyes open, because you can do this then throughout the day. You don't have to close your eyes and sit and meditate to do this. You can do this at any point during your day. So you can just sit for a moment and notice your current emotional state. Notice if there's any tension in the body. Notice if there's any worry or sadness. Notice if there's any restlessness, or maybe something else is there. Maybe there's joy, maybe there's peace, maybe there's calm. So you don't need to change any of it yet. You're just noticing, you're just seeing clearly what is present without judgment, bringing awareness. And as I said, awareness is the first step to transformation. So you're bringing that awareness to your body, your being, and you're just noticing. So when you've done that, it only takes a moment to bring that awareness, to notice how your body is feeling, to notice the thoughts that are present, to notice your overall state. And when you do notice, when you bring that awareness to yourself, the next step is alignment. So once you notice, okay, well, I felt that I was kind of holding a little bit of unnecessary tension in maybe my shoulders or my stomach or my chest. I noticed that there were some thoughts present about a conversation I had earlier that I probably can let go of. I noticed that I find it hard to relax. Maybe there's something else, but these are just examples. So noticing any patterns that don't serve you. And once you notice, you can begin to shift it. You can make that choice. You can make that conscious decision. So it's not about forcing yourself to feel differently. It's not about suppressing emotions or denying them. It's about guiding your inner state back into harmony. So you're choosing. So instead of stress, you're choosing calm. Instead of chaos, you're choosing peace. Instead of heaviness, you're choosing lightness. Instead of confusion, you're choosing clarity. And even that intention, let's say you're feeling confused and you choose to be clear, to be in that state of clarity. As soon as you choose that, what happens? Every cell in your body prepares for that. Every part of your energy system prepares for that and begins to make that your state of being. And when you choose, sometimes it can be as simple as just choosing to relax your body. You're feeling some tension, you're feeling some stress, and you just choose to relax. And even with that, you might notice your shoulders drop. You might notice your brow uncrease. You might notice your jaw relax a little bit. And even in that small, that tiny step, you're already shifting.